Terakoto Katoa. So I am sitting in a bit of a different, very messy looking setup. This is in my room, my kind of corner bit. I have not really filmed much today. It's the afternoon now. It's what time? Yeah, 1:50, and I've been mostly working on uploading my video from yesterday. So I did that. I had to send out an email about onomastics meetings that happen fortnightly on Thursday, so it's happening this week. And then I've had breakfast, I've had lunch, and been doing some work on my chapter. So I have been reading this book. It's called Infinite Threads, 100 Indigenous Insights from Old Maori Manuscripts by Mariko B. Ryan. This is a fantastic book. On so many levels. I found it really helpful. There are some aspects of this book that I have cited in my thesis, but also I've just found the insights to be really impactful. So I wanted to actually read the first insight for you, which is Insight 1, Tea Tinana, which is show up. And I hope I pronounced that right. A year of Te Rao classes should teach me to say this with confidence, but it's my bad. I'm nervous speaking. Hopefully the next level of classes that I want to take is a conversation-based class, so that will hopefully help me to feel a bit more confident using the Rao and yeah, speaking Maori. Anyways, I wanted to share this because when I first read it, I actually got quite emotional. And today is International Women's Day. I think it does have to do with empowerment in general and aroha, or love for yourself, for your whānau, your family, and just, yeah, the world and who you are. But yeah, I wanted to read this first insight called Show Up, which hopefully is impactful for you as well. Today you convinced yourself to show up, willing to be scrutinized, to go down, to get back up. You worry you did not bring your wits, but I see they are about you. You are ready. Should the howling winds of Tawhiri Matea blow, you will grip with both hands and your center pole. If, instead, his tropical breezes brush lightly across your skin, you will reach out, gather all you can, and scatter it widely to find our collective baskets. You promise not to be self-serving, power-mongering, or judgmental. After all, you know too well your shortcomings and how much further you have to go. Indeed, there were times you were forced to your knees by flawed thinking, lurching through life, chastised 1 minute, uplifted the next. You are giddy. Bear with me. You will know if I am speaking to you directly. You may brace yourself and invite the full force of my words into places inside you that thrive on pain or resistance, or you will bear witness. I will shower you with love. You will blossom. Then I will lean in and rattle your foundations with all my might, and promise to catch you should you fall just as others have caught me. We will walk together into my world, my surreal universe, where we will begin the reset, and you will whisper, "What is this place?" I thought this was, I don't know, just really, really beautiful, and that's just the first insight. They are beautiful and impactful and just, yeah, absolutely incredible. So this is a fantastic book for anyone to read, and yeah, I highly encourage you to look into it and just read Indigenous texts in general. There's so much to be gained from them. I think it's our work. I mean, I say our, I don't know who is watching, but it's my work and my mahi and the work of other Pakeha white people who have benefited from colonialism through our ancestors, our history, to make sure that we are listening and we are doing better. And I've learned so much in that respect. Sorry, just because this is my like reading corner, there's another book that I really love while I'm sitting here called Sway, Unraveling Unconscious Bias, and by Pragya Agarwal, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, and I should do better, but it is incredible. Again, just looking at all of the different ways that bias, even unconscious bias, plays into how you move about the world and how our world moves about us. It's just really interesting. I think this year, more than anything, I've just been thinking a lot more about how the world is made up, and just how there's challenges that I face. There's challenges that I face in terms of being a female. There's challenges that I face in terms of my socioeconomic status. There's challenges that I face based on my disabilities or chronic illness. But in general, I am very much in the privileged portion of society, and society is built in a way that makes it easy for me to move through it, much easier in comparison to many other people. Just recognizing the areas that happens is important, so that you can question it and you can say, how can we make this better? Because it doesn't take anything away from me or from people who are in similar positions of privilege like I am, to try to make it more accessible, to make the world more open, equal, loving, caring, sharing, all of that. It was like yesterday at the Disabled Students UK meeting, there was, I cannot remember for the life of me who said this, but it was brought up that making things accessible benefits everyone. That if we come up with ways to make life more accessible, more simplified, it benefits everybody. I think that's one of the things that has come out of the pandemic again, is looking at, okay, how many able-bodied people are finding a increased quality of life or work-life balance in some ways, being able to remotely work. How many people, by not having sometimes hours of commuting to and from work every day throughout the week, which adds hours of unpaid time and adds expenses and, you know, mental draining in that process. How many people are like, I don't want to go back to what things used to be? So that kind of thinking will benefit everybody if we move into a more accessible society where remote working is a norm. It's okay to do that. I mean, obviously, if people prefer to go into work, then that could be an option, but also if people can do their jobs from home and would prefer to do their jobs from home, or if they need to do their jobs from home because of accessibility needs, then like it just benefits all of us. I don't know, it was one of those things I was like, yeah, that's right. Or like closed captioning on lectures, again, like that benefits everybody. How many able-bodied people turn on the captions when watching Netflix without having a disability that requires them to have to turn on captions? Again, it's one of those things, it's like, why were we not looking at doing this ages ago? It's not that difficult, it's not that much of a challenge. Technology has advanced so far that we can do live closed captions. I mean, obviously there's still some caveats, accents that aren't taken into account. If different languages are brought up, then it translates things very strangely sometimes. But there's a lot to be said for at least taking those steps and saying, well, everybody can access this now. Then it helps not other people as well, if that makes sense. I don't know, going on a bit of a rant here. Yeah, all of this just kind of spurred from being really moved and inspired by some of the readings in this book. So I should probably get back to my thesis because it's now 2 o'clock and I'm just sitting here rambling in my wee corner. I don't think I'm going to be filming too much today just because it is a deadline day. There's a lot going on in terms of getting uni work done and sent off if I can today. I may still be working on it tomorrow, but I'm going to try to do what I can today. Tomorrow is a very exciting day that I'm looking forward to sharing with you because tomorrow I'm getting my vaccine. I'm in category 6 here in the UK, which means you have an illness that makes you vulnerable, not critically vulnerable, but vulnerable to a severe form of COVID. So I got my blue letter in the post, and this means that I get to go do my vaccine tomorrow. So by the time you're watching this, I'll have already had my vaccine, or I'll at least be on my way to get my vaccine, I guess, depending on how early I get up and edit this. Very, very exciting, so I can't wait to share that process with you. I'm not sure if the nurse who will be doing my vaccine will let me film it actually happening, but I'll try to do that. And yeah, I'll try to film what I can of it and the whole process and how it goes. So again, just feeling very fortunate to live in Scotland and be under the care of the NHS, who's doing an amazing job rolling out this vaccine. It's absolutely mad how quickly it's gone. That's what's going on here, and that's about all I have to share with you. Last night I was kept up most of the night by the cat, so my main mission today, besides getting my chapter done, is to keep the cat awake, because that's what he did to me, so it's only fair. Alright, I'm gonna go now and work on my thesis. Goodbye! Did you keep me awake all night? Yes, you did. Wake up!